But as I mentioned, it's playoff time, so I want to get back to the playoffs a little bit, and zoom in particularly on the driver who has had the most points, stage points and race points through the first half of the playoffs. Of course, it's Alex Bowman. Everybody had that going in. The guy everybody said, like, hey, are you sure you be driving for this team next year? He's the guy who has scored 13 more points than any other driver in the playoffs so far at 189. As I said, he leads in stage points. He's got 58, 6 more than William Byron. Alex Bowman, Stevie, entered the playoffs on a streak of 4 consecutive finishes outside the top 15. Did anyone see this coming, especially given all of the speculation and everything he was dealing with coming into Atlanta and media day and getting all these questions about, how confident are you that you get to keep the number 48 next year?
This is probably the most Alex Bowman thing we've ever seen. This is a guy that wins 1, 2, 3 races a year, and you're like, where was he running? Like, how did he do it? And as one of the analysts that perhaps overlooks Alex Bowman too much in his years past, I think I also overlooked his injury. And I've said this before, and I'm guilty. So I'm going to put myself in this bucket of the machine moves on. And, so he breaks his back or has a back injury. I'm not sure the correct technology in a sprint car. Misses some time. Then he has to sit out with a concussion. And, we're guilty of it. The sport moves on. Alex Bowman can't. He has this injury that he has to recover from. And, head injuries are so complicated because it's not an x-ray. We can't put the x-ray online and be like, see right here, when this bone connects to this bone, he's going to be back and he's going to be racing and he's going to tape it up and go. And I didn't realize any of this until the emotion of Alex Bowman when he won at Chicago. And he instantly went back to those injuries. This is what I'm leading into is his comments. And he's like, paraphrasing, people didn't believe in me. I'm not sure I believed in myself at times, but I'm back. I'm healthy. I'm here. And look what I've done. And then to your point, we go to media day and then they double down and every question about his job, not about the playoffs that he entered by winning Chicago, like completely overlooked. So I'm going to give credit to the 48 team. I've been part of the rebuilding, of Jeff Gordon when we couldn't win and then rebuilding Dale Jr., right? I've been a part of these things that a lot of people talk about, but nobody understands the emotional toll when you're in that cyclone of rebuilding or trying to not fail. And so I'm going to give crew chief, leadership, whether that's Chad Knaus, Jeff Gordon, I don't know who, but I'm sure there's someone at Hendrick that is helping prop this team up as well. And I'm going to give the most credit to Alex Bowman because he is in the world of distraction, having an amazing playoff run, and I don't see it cooling off. He is, when I say you have to have firepower in the round of 8 to win in advance, he's the one saying maybe you don't. I mean, he's so consistent in points that I'm like, well, if this continues, you're not going to be able to eliminate this guy on points. He scores so many points and does it very quietly. So I didn't have it predicted to answer your original question, but I'm glad we're celebrating it because I don't have a favorite out there. Look, I'd like to see Kyle Busch win to extend his 20-year streak. People can call me whatever they want. The guy deserves it. I want to see it.
Yep.
I want to see Martin Truex Jr. win because he's been such an ambassador to the sport. I like to have his moment in the sun where he's celebrated one more time. Other than that, I don't care. I really don't. I just want it to be a good race. I want it to be a clean race, a fair race, and I want to see good racing. So I'm going to celebrate Alex Bowman for what he's doing the same way I celebrated Kyle Larson when he led 1,000 laps in a 500-lap race at Bristol, right? Like the guy didn't stop. So it's not flashy like Kyle Larson, but it is getting the job done. And bravo, Alex Bowman.
Hi, I'm Parker Kligerman. For more access like this from Pit Road, be sure to click and subscribe to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube channel.